Have you ever replayed the same conversation in your head over and over again? Did I say something wrong? What if they hate me now? What if I fail? What if I make the wrong decision? You tell yourself you will think about it for just 5 minutes, but somehow it's midnight. Nothing changed. Except now you are more tired, more anxious, and even more confused. The worst part, you think you are solving the problem, but you are actually feeding it. Today, I want to show you why this happened using one scene from an anime called ReZero. Even if you have never watched anime before, don't worry. The lesson isn't about anime, it's about you. Imagine this, a boy named Subaru faces a terrifying situation. Every time he makes a mistake, terrible things happen. He starts believing that one wrong decision could destroy everything. So before making even a small choice, he imagines every possible future, every possible failure, every possible regret. His mind keeps saying, what if this happens? No, maybe that. But what if I'm wrong? He thinks longer and longer. But the longer he thinks, the more afraid he becomes. Now ask yourself, how many times have you done the same thing? You want to start a YouTube channel. What if nobody watches? You want to talk to someone you like. What if they reject me? You want to apply for a job. What if I'm not good enough? So you wait, you think, you plan. You imagine. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and your life quietly stays in the same place. Here's the surprising truth. Overthinking isn't a sign that you are weak, and it isn't proof that you are intelligent either. Your brain is simply trying to protect you. Imagine you are walking through a forest, you hear a sound in the bushes. Your brain immediately asks, what if it's dangerous? Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. Today, the bushes are things like exams, interviews, relationships, posting your first video. Your brain can't always tell the difference between a real danger and an imagined one. So it keeps creating what if stories. Not because it wants to hurt you, but because it keeps to keep you safe. The problem is your brain doesn't know when to stop. The more you feed those thoughts, the more believable they become. Think about this. Have you ever worried about something all day and then later realized it wasn't even a big deal? That's because your imagination is often louder than reality. So, how do you escape this cycle? Not by thinking harder, by acting sooner. Here's one simple exercise I want you to try today. Whenever you catch yourself overthinking, take out your phone or a notebook. Write one sentence. What is the smallest action I can take in the next 5 minutes? Not tomorrow, not next week. 5 minutes. If you are scared to study, open the book only. Read one page. If you are scared to text someone, type one message. If you are scared to start your project, create one empty document. That's it. Why did this work? Because your brain loves certainty. When you take even one small action, your brain gets real information instead of imaginary stories. Action answers questions that thinking never can. So here's my challenge for you. The next time your mind says, what if I fail? Don't answer it with another thought. Answer it with one small action. You might be surprised how quickly fear begins to shrink. And before we end, I want you to remember one thing. You are not an overthinker. That's not your identity. Overthinking is just a habit your brain learned. And just like any habit, it can be replaced. The strongest people aren't the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who stop waiting for certainty and take the first step anyway. Maybe today won't change your entire life, but one small action today can become the beginning of a completely different future. So, after this video ends, don't think about changing your whole life. Take the smallest step Your future self is waiting on the other side of that action.